Hello and welcome back to everyone on the rest of it, and we got a 4th of July special episode of NXT with a brutal NXT Underground match, as well as a Lee's NXT match that saw a top tag team forced to leave the show. But on this week's edition of NXT, we had a women's division match kicking off the show, and it was Blair Davenport taking on Roxanne Perez. Perez attacked Davenport during her entrance, and they brawled their way to the ring before the match started. Roxanne was in complete control early on and sent Blair outside before giving multiple diving crossbodies. Davenport sent Perez into steel sets outside before kicking her head against it. Blair headed back in, hoping to get the 10 count, but Perez managed to beat it. Back in the ring, Roxanne took the Falcon Arrow, followed by the double knees to the head before succumbing to a pinfall defeat. Blair Davenport getting a big win. Obviously a former NXT Women's Champion, one of the more established sides. So yeah, big win for her. I can't think it's all leading out to something big for her. So I really enjoyed this stuff and gets 7 out of 10 from me. Great start to the show. We then got a promo from Baron Corbin where he threw his old gear in the fire and said he was done with silly gimmicks. Seems like he's sticking around for a while, and definitely excited to see where this all goes for Corbin. But moving on into Mustafa Ali versus Tyler Bates. The two traded holes early on before it turned into a sequence of rolling penitence. Ali sent Bate into the corner before hitting some shots, but Tyler came back with a dropkick and a flying elbow. Ali then rolled outside while Bate hit him with another elbow. Back in the ring, Tyler blocked a rolling stunner but missed the finisher. Ali got a headlock in before Tyler broke out and hit a big clothesline for a near fall. The two headed up to the top rope and Ali dropped Bate crotch first into the ring before hitting 450 splash on the pin. This gets 7 out of 10 from me. Really enjoyed the stuff. Great match, I have to say. As you'd expect with these two, the story's obviously led to it. And Ali challenging Wesley for a title match, great American Bash, really put the icing on the cake. Can't wait for that. But backstage, Joe Gacy claimed that he wasn't putting his teammates in jeopardy by issuing a loser-leaves NXT match, as he was certain that would win, and the Cree brothers would leave NXT before it's time for Tatum Paxley versus debuting Kalani Jordan on NXT. Paxley took control of the match after Kalani got some kicks in. Paxley hit a backbreaker before locking her in a submission hold. Jordan got a big counter and hit what looks like somewhere between an interverse jaw breaker and a stunner, getting the win. 6 out of 10 from me. Good little debut for her, not a bad match at all. Obviously rigged to pick up a big debut win. And Cora Jade walked out of the match and said she cared about no one, not even the fans. Jordan challenged her to the match, but Jade refused before walking out. Quite a high level first few for that for Jordan. So yeah, definitely going to be very excited to see what she can do in the coming weeks and months and years. Andre Chase was then back and thanked Duke Hudson for being a great sub. He then commented how Thea Hale should have won the NXT Women's title if Gulak and Dempsey hadn't interfered. Chase and Hudson said they were going to give them a Chase U-sized arse whipping soon. Can't wait for that when it comes about. Andre Chase back, I like it, and it's going to be interesting to see where it goes with him and Duke. But it's in time for the NXT Underground match. The ropes were removed from the ring and we heard a crowd around the ring as the match kicked off. Damon got a big takedown and a big toss before locking in a hold. Thorpe managed to roll over to the outside before they got the hold and broke into the crowd. Kemp shoved another superstar into Thorpe to distract him before sending him into and over the barricades. Eddie tried to get back with an armbar, but Kemp picked up him on the apron. The Thorpe then got a German before in the ring being tossed outside with a ring belly suplex. Kemp was sent into the post before Thorpe hit a big suplex at ringside. Back in the ring, Thorpe got a triangle lock and raised an elbow on Kemp's head before a referee started the match by TKO. Gable Stevenson was celebrating with Thorpe after the match, and multiple superstars approached him and got suplexed. This gets a 8 out of 10 for me. I can't wait a match to say that because I wasn't a massive fan of Raw Underground, obviously back in the day. But yeah, this was it was a throwback, and in a weird way, I liked it. It was something different. Obviously, it's probably just going to be a one-off, but it was really entertaining for what it was. I loved it. 8 out of 10 from me. Mello and Trick were then backstage and invited all of Judgment Day for an NXT face-to-face confrontation, so looking forward to that. Stacks then went to visit Tony G, and Joe Coffey showed up as well. They said that Coffey and Stacks will have a match next week, and if Stacks wins, Tony will be set free, but if Stacks loses, Tony stays locked up for a really long time. Interesting court rules they have in America these days. But it's then time for Lyra Valkyrie versus JC Jane. Valkyrie was in complete control early on and got a big arm drag, and then an armbar before Jane came back and with a Rana. Jane knocked in a Boston Crab, but Lyra countered with a sunset flip. They traded some kicks before Jane hit a senton, but Lyra came back with a spinning heel kick for the win. To be honest, I can't lie, this was just kind of felt there, to be honest. Wasn't a bad match or anything like that. Jane attacked Valkyrie after the match and left after getting the last laugh. But yeah, it just kind of felt there. Did it really do much for me? No, I can't say it did. But yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Noam Dar was talking to a picture of the Heritage Cup backstage, and it looked like he was going crazy. Kiana James was then trashed by Gigi Dolan as revenge for last week, and she left for a threatening note before, during the promos, Javier Barnell managed to angle Von Wagner, who tossed him around at ringside, and despite Mrs. Stone stopping her twice, Wagner powerbombed Bernal through the announce desk. It was then time for the Dyad versus the Cree brothers. Loser leaves NXT. The two teams started brawling before the bell, and one match started. The Dyad was tossed around the ring by the Crees. Gacy was trying to interfere, but stayed backstage early on. Back after a break, Julius sent the Dyad back outside and hit sliding kicks and then a big dive. The Cree brother then got the fireman carry high knee combo on Fowler before Reed broke up the pin. Julius hurt his knee, and when the Dyad realised that he sent him knee first into the steel steps back in the ring, Brutus got a near fall on the big dive before Julius tagged in for a double team, but Fowler broke it up. Amy Rain then came in to interfere, but Ivor went after her. A person in a red hoodie and a mask walked up to Julius, headbutted him before the Dyad finally got the finisher and picked up the win. And yeah, this gets 7 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed this. This was a really good match. And I think it's kind of a bit of a swerve, obviously, with the rumours of GYV leaving soon. We thought it'd be them, but no, Cree brothers, NXT to main roster band, Judas thought. And yeah, really happy about that because they got so much potential. I can't wait to see what they can do on the main roster. So yeah, really enjoyed this stuff. Finn Balor accepted the invitation for Trick and Mello, saying the Judgment Day will be there next week on NXT. Can't wait for that. Before Braun Breaker was out next and said that he was extremely close to winning the World Heavyweight title so early in his career, and he asked what was next for him when Ilya showed up to challenge him to a match. Ilya said that the only thing standing between him and the NXT title was Braun before a brawl broke out, and officials got involved before Dragunov took him out and sent Braun over ropes and chased him down outside. The officials and the rest of the locker room were desperately trying to break it up as NXT went off the air. And yeah, you kind of feel like this could be a really good feud, potentially for Braun before he goes onto the main roster full time, leading up over SummerSlam weekend. And yeah, I'm not going to be against it because yeah, this is going to be an absolutely incredible match when it happens. And yeah, really like the chaotic way and nature it went off the air today as well. And overall this week, NXT gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, on the whole, a really enjoyable episode of NXT. I thought. Yeah, the obviously the NXT Underground match I loved. And then also you've got Losley's NXT match storytelling throughout it. The opening match with the women's was really good as well. Tyler Bateby Ali, just a banging episode of NXT really. But anyway guys, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, like, thoughts, comments over daily wrestling and subscribe to the channel, greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.